Today we're diving into the story of Pizza Ninjas, an iconic Bitcoin Ordinals collection. But to truly understand this digital phenomena, we need to rewind to a groundbreaking moment in cryptocurrency history. On May 22nd, 2010, a Bitcoin pioneer named Laszlo Henias made the first real-world transaction using Bitcoin. The purchase? 2 large pizzas from Papa John's for 10,000 Bitcoin. At the time, 10,000 Bitcoin were only $41. Today, their value is over a staggering $800 million. Now, this story isn't about missed opportunities though. It's about the visionary steps that help shape the future of finance itself. Laszlo's transaction wasn't just about satisfying a pizza craving. He was demonstrating a crucial concept that Bitcoin can be used for everyday transactions, bridging the gap between physical and digital economies. Fast forward to today, and those 10,000 Bitcoin have become a lot more than just a piece of cryptocurrency history. These Pizza Ninjas are not your typical digital collectibles. They're immutable pieces of art known as Ordinals, inscribed on the same satoshis or sats that were used on May 22nd, 2010 to purchase the 2 large pizzas with Bitcoin. It's like owning a slice of Bitcoin history with the transaction that was used to kickstart the Bitcoin economy itself at large. But why should you even care about Pizza Ninjas? Well, in this video, I'll slice through 5 secret ninja techniques that this collection is using to advance Bitcoin technology and what's making it one of the most sought after collections in the Ordinal space. My name is Taha Abbasi. I'm an Ordinals enthusiast, a Bitcoin evangelist, and I've been in the Web3 technology space as a CTO for many years. So let's get into starting with point number 1, which is Ordinals explained. So you've heard me say the word Ordinals and you might have heard it around and you might be wondering what the heck is Ordinals anyway. It's a protocol that is named Ordinals protocol on the Bitcoin blockchain, and it's very different from NFTs in a few different ways. First, the name itself, Ordinal, is derived from the fact that it's orderly numbers. What the Ordinals protocol did, starting off, is gave a way to assign a serialized number to every single Satoshi that has been mined. This means from the first Satoshi to the one that is mined today, starting from the one that were mined by Satoshi Nakamoto, the creator of Bitcoin himself, to the one that miners mine today and that might be in your wallet. Every Satoshi now has a unique serialized number. This means that we can track the movement of these Satoshis and the history of them. This is how we know that the Bitcoin that were used in that first pizza purchase transaction on May 22nd, 2010, we can track where those Satoshis are, you can purchase those Satoshis, and then you can do cool things like inscribing data on top of them. So the first thing that the Ordinals protocol did is gave you a way to serialize Satoshis, and so you can track them and assign value to them. As an example, Satoshis that were mined by Satoshi Nakamoto himself, the creator of Bitcoin, may have some implied increased value as compared to some random Satoshi. Satoshis that were used in historical moments throughout history, such as the first real-world documented transaction on the Bitcoin Pizza Day, the one that we've been talking about in this video, they have also some implied historical value to those Satoshis. Different Satoshis cannot be tracked and have different value. Second thing that the Ordinals protocol did is it gave us a way to inscribe structured data on chain. Now, when you inscribe structured data, that means you can inscribe text, code, digital art, so many things. And what Pizza Ninjas have done is a little bit of all of that. But we'll get into that in a second. So far, we've covered that Ordinal theory allowed us to serialize and assign unique numbers to every single Satoshi. Second, we've covered that you can now inscribe data to these Satoshis in a structured way. That data can be code, text, art, what have you. Number 3 item that we want to cover is a slight difference between Ordinals and what you might have heard as NFTs. NFTs were made popular by a protocol known as ERC-721 and ERC-1155, largely popular in the EVM ecosystem on chains like Ethereum, Polygon, Arbitrum, Base, and then of course later on Solana. So many more chains came out and adopted and have made it much more popular. The difference between all of those NFT protocols or non-fungible token protocols and the Ordinals protocol is as follows, and it is a major difference. ERC-721 protocol, for example, which is one of the largest ones in adoption, and ERC-1155 follows the same standard, it requires that the contract code for the NFT must be on chain, but the data itself, the metadata, is not required to be on chain. This means that the digital art, the visual, the music, whatever is being inscribed can actually be referenced through an endpoint off chain. In plain English, what that means is that you have the code for the NFT on chain, but the data is referring to the actual visual art that you are seeing, the video that you might be seeing, the music NFT that you would have bought. That's actually being stored in some sort of third-party storage. Now, reputable NFT collections use something called IPFS, known as Interplanetary File System. That IPFS is also a decentralized storage technology and is somewhat better than putting it on something completely centralized like Google Drive or AWS or some other storage platform like DigitalOcean. And the problem with that is that you might have gone and paid 1 ETH, 2 ETH. In some cases, the NFTs were going for like 100 ETH plus. And if the administrator of that collection forgets to pay the credit card bill or goes rogue, then all of that asset, the digital asset part of your NFT, can just entirely disappear. And that is obviously not a good situation. So these NFTs that are thought to be immutable, that are thought to be so valuable, have a core part of it in many cases that is either in a third-party IPFS storage or in centralized storage. With Ordinals, this is entirely different. You cannot have an Ordinal unless the data of that Ordinal is also inscribed on-chain. This makes it so that it is entirely immutable. It will not go down if somebody forgets to pay their AWS credit card bill, and it is not centralized. It means that the entire package, the contract, the data size, and the entire logic and valuable part of the art, whether that art is in code, whether that art is reflected in text, whether it's reflected in a visual image or some sort of animation or movie or video, all of that has to go on-chain. This is a key difference, that data is also going to be inscribed on-chain. Difference between Ordinals and NFTs. So this is what's driving the craze behind Ordinals versus NFTs, because people are realizing that Ordinals is a much more evolved version of NFTs, and is where I believe the future lies. I believe there's a lot of collections that are migrating from the NFT ecosystem into the Ordinals ecosystem. It's a very young ecosystem and is poised to really take off in this bull market, which is why you want to check out the rest of the content that's in this video, which we'll get into now. So point number 2 we're going to talk about is how Pizza Ninjas themselves have inscribed on chain. We'll focus on their technological innovations first. So as I mentioned previously, that you can inscribe multitude of different kinds of data points on chain as an ordinal, whether that's code or art. There's so much technology packed into Pizza Ninjas that I need to make a technical video itself. If you're interested in that, make sure to let me know in the comments. I'm going to cover only at a high level here what they have done. When you're looking at a Pizza Ninja, you're not just looking at an image. You're looking at code that is pulling together different parts of SVGs from across the inscribed data on blockchain and formulating that image. So essentially, it's actually code that is loading images to be rendered as a Pizza Ninja, which is mind-boggling. Inscribed actual applications, and each application for each ninja is slightly different in its logic so that it can reflect that specific ninja. Their white paper and their Git book gets into detail about how they've accomplished this, but one of the key points that they've used here is something called recursive endpoints, which makes it possible for them to inscribe like the hat of the ninja, the face of the ninja, the body, different colors, different attributes and accessories, and then they can inscribe a code file that is able to pick in those different parts from the inscription data that has already been inscribed on chain, and then put together the ninja that shows up. And there's 1,500 different variations of these ninjas. So each ninja shows up as a unique, beautifully designed, and extremely good looking, really awesome ninja that you get to have in your wallet if you're one of the ninja owners. So we just talked about recursive endpoints that they've used in their technology stack. The second one I want to cover is SAT endpoints, which is another evolution in this technology. This is something that was already obviously available in the Bitcoin space, but the way Pizza Ninjas have applied it in their Ordinals collection is remarkable. So what they've done is that since it is code and not an image, sometimes you have a need to update the code, you have a need to evolve it. So these ninjas can evolve with time as new technology and features come out. But hey, hold on. I did not agree to the evolution of a ninja as a ninja holder. So how can I have a say and control in making sure that the team doesn't just evolve my ninja into something I don't like, something that I might consider to be less valuable, or completely delete it? What if the team behaves in a malicious manner, which is not going to happen here, but what if? So the cool thing that they've done with SAT endpoints is they've decentralized the control of when an update happens. The Pizza Ninja team and the administrators behind the collection are able to actually inscribe the updated code to a specific SAT, and then you as the ninja holder get to choose if you want to update or not. Similar to how you get to choose on your Apple iPhone or your Android phone, when an update comes, you can choose if you want to update or not. You as a ninja holder get to choose when an update goes through. This again is another key difference from the upgradable contracts that occur on the EVM side. Once the administrator of the contract updates, everybody gets affected. There's no choice whether you're going to opt into that or not. In fact, implementing an opt-in procedure for these contracts on the EVM side is incredibly difficult. But another piece of really cool technology built into Bitcoin with SAT endpoints and implemented and put out into the community, into the space by the Pizza Ninjas team. So as you can see, I've only hit on just two of the remarkable technologies, and already they are pioneering and innovating and pushing Bitcoin forward. A lot of these technologies were put together and were built with the contributions of other contributors in the past, such as Danny Yang from the On-Chain Monkeys team, and as well as Brufstar from the Ordinals bot team, who have contributed a lot to the efforts to making this possible. And of course, Trevor Owens and the entire Pizza Ninjas team has made a lot of effort into making this a reality. But with that, I want to talk a little bit about what this collection is doing and its community impact. One of the most exciting things for me, and one of the things that I'm most impressed about the Pizza Ninjas, is their community approach and how they nurture their community with IRL events, with community enrichment, access, perks, and they just keep on giving to the community, which in itself is remarkable. If you just take away the ordinal, the community access and the benefits and perks of being engaged with the top builders in the space, the top contributors, and some really, really inspiring people is in itself a remarkable benefit. Some of the folks that are leading the community and the efforts that I want to give a shout out to is, of course, T.O., Trevor Owens himself, Ken, Bless, Xenia, Chris, and of course there are many, many others who are contributing to making this possible. If I miss somebody, just make sure that you take a moment to look out for their team. They are absolutely all over X and absolutely an incredible and remarkable team, one of the best that I've seen in the industry. So what do they do other than having a great set of backers and moderators and supporters that are contributing to making this collection better and adding to its value? IRL events are a huge part of the value that they add to their collections holders. So if whether you are somebody in the US and you want to participate in the New York City Pizza Bus Tour that they conducted early in the year, or if you were in Hong Kong at Bitcoin Asia and you got to go to a Pizza Ninja yacht party, so you got to go on a yacht, you get to have pizza, beer, drinks, free massages, you got pizza outfits, you got to swim in the Hong Kong Bay. It was just like all there just for being a Pizza Ninja holder at no cost to any of the holders, right? So remarkable events. Ordinals Lisbon, they threw another massive event. They threw events in Korea and in Singapore, and they continue to throw events all across the world. So IRL event access perks are a huge part of being a Ninja holder. And of course, much more than just the event itself. You get to go there, you get to meet with other folks that might be building in this space. If you're someone that's building a project, you can connect and collaborate on something cool that you might want to build yourself in the space. In terms of community enrichment, I can't tell you how many giveaways I see on a daily basis in the Pizza Ninja Discord. There's so many projects collaborating that will give away various allocations to other ordinals, other runes launches, other general airdrops and launches that you get access as a Pizza Ninja holder. And furthermore, there are different boot camps that are held, such as the Runes camp that was held prior to the Bitcoin halving event and the launch of Runes. We got about 300 to 400 people to run Bitcoin nodes. I was one of the educators in that camp, along with both Capone and Alexa and many other folks that were teaching average holders who might never have run a node how they can run their own Bitcoin node and how they can mint and hatch and mine these different runes that are coming out to gain an edge, because the UI UX was not quite ready yet. So that's a huge benefit. They just recently finished their creator camp, which again is a huge benefit, allowing all of these holders access to be able to create content on various areas, to get engagement, to find another way to earn. And why is that really exciting? It's not just that, okay, you're learning a skill, you can actually monetize your own Ninja, because Pizza Ninjas have IP rights built in. So when you buy a Pizza Ninja, you're not just buying a Ninja from the Pizza Ninja collection, you're buying IP to that Ninja, which means you can create assets, you can create merch, you can sell that merch without having to give any of that revenue back to Pizza Ninja. You're not required to do that. This is your IP once you purchase the Pizza Ninja, which is really, really exciting. And then one of the most exciting parts of the community is how they reward community engagement. So if you're in the Pizza Ninja community, and I don't know how much longer this is going to go, but they have something where if you're helpful to the community, you can give each other pizzas in Discord. So it's like a gamified version of thanking people. And those who are the most helpful in a given month, in other words, earn the most pizzas for being helpful in the Discord community, are rewarded a free Pizza Ninja for being the most helpful Pizza Ninja community member. So you're rewarded like this thing that's worth about $8,000 right now just for being helpful in the community. I mean, it is absolutely bonkers. And I think it's a great way to get people engaged in the community. And it just goes to show how much they care about community engagement and to build this nurturing environment where people can come together and talk about ideas and just feel like you have like-minded folks that you can enjoy this bull run that we're all about to get into. Okay, so the next point I want to hit on is the Pizza Pets airdrop that's coming up. If you're watching this video after the airdrop has happened, this is still information that's valuable. I have a video that I talk about how to take care of your pet and what's all involved. This just goes to show that they're not just building technology once and rolling out, buying their yachts and then saying, okay, peace out. They continue to innovate and evolve. And the Pizza Pets airdrop showcases that they've once again pushed technology forward. They've built a game that is fully on chain, it's deflationary, it's multiplayer. It utilizes pioneering technology in the Bitcoin space. The pet itself is really interesting too. It's a Tamagotchi inspired game. The pet loses health if you don't take care of it. If you don't nurture it, dead pets are removed from the collection. And there's a lot more details that I've shared in the video that I'll link at the end of this one for you to check out. So that's another part of their collection that is being awarded. If you hold a Pizza Ninja, you're going to get some pets for free. So the benefits of holding a Pizza Ninja continue to evolve. And it's not just that you hold this collection, you also get access to their future drops and future collections where they continue to evolve and play with Bitcoin technology. And it doesn't stop with just Pizza Pets. They've created, I've seen pictures of this Pizza Ninja world. There's an entire city, an entire world that is being created, and it looks absolutely sick. So there's just so much more. If you're not a Pizza Ninja right now, you really might want to think about grabbing yourself one. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but I'm a Ninja holder for this reason. I've gotten so many perks, cool merch, access to events, and just business connections as well. So there's so many benefits for being a Pizza Ninja holder, and I can't wait to get my hands on the pet. This is pre-pet that this video is being made, so those pets are going to be really exciting to play with as well. Pizza Ninjas are currently valued at about 0.1 BTC. They started off, if you look at the chart, at obviously minuscule value. The pre-sale price was almost nothing. So this has done quite well, and I believe the pets are going to go in the same direction. So let's close on the future of digital assets, specifically the Pizza Ninja collection and where we think it's going to go. So as I mentioned, Pizza Ninja were minted for barely anything. It was very, very low fees at that time. Now Pizza Ninja are sitting at about 0.1 BTC. There are only 1,500 of these Pizza Ninjas. I've only seen about 84 listed at any given time. With the pets drop coming up, they've required that only the folks that have unlisted Pizza Ninjas are going to get the Pizza Pets. And there's a requirement to hold the Pizza Ninjas in order to participate in the giveaways. I've seen conversations about Pizza Ninjas going to 1 BTC. Is that going to happen or not? If you look at the past trend, it's already gone to 0.1 BTC from almost nothing. So we'll only take about 10x from here to get to 1 BTC. It could happen and it will be really exciting. But I think the collection overall is going to do well with this bull run coming. I'm definitely a holder, and I encourage anyone that's looking at this. This is real tech, a real community. It's as good of a collection as it gets out there to look into. I do believe otherwise, not just ninjas themselves, but I believe Ordinals are the way to tell Bitcoin's story. With this technology, with its ability to inscribe code, it has brought sort of a renaissance of programmers coming and having an interest on building on Bitcoin. And that's what's driven the development of PRC20s afterwards. It's what's evolved with the development of runes afterwards. People are inscribing on-chain games. There continues to be more and more that's coming on Bitcoin, including Bitcoin L2 season. This bull run is going to be fantastic. And if you're not an Ordinals holder, you really want to consider getting into this ecosystem. And if you're looking at a collection, I recommend you take a look at Pizza Ninjas for yourself and evaluate it for you. I hope you really enjoyed watching this video. I've also made a video about Pizza Pets covering the entire guide, including the feeding guide, health guide, how you can feed multiple pets. You want to go check that out right over here. And I really enjoyed talking to you here. Let me know in the comments if you're a Ninja holder yourself, or if you're looking at Pizza Ninjas, if you have any questions, I'd love to answer them down there too. I'll see you in the next video.